All right, we've got a major update coming out of the world of AI safety. We're going to break down what looks like a new industry-wide push to make artificial intelligence, well, a whole lot safer for teenagers. So here's the headline. A brand new set of free, open-source safety tools has just been released. And the goal here is to give developers a really powerful, ready-to-use toolkit so they can build age-appropriate protections right into their AI applications. Honestly, it's a pretty significant move, and it's all about making safety accessible across the entire industry. So, you're probably wondering, how does this toolkit actually work? Well, it's all designed to turn those broad, sometimes hard to pin down safety goals into clear, actionable rules that an AI can actually understand and enforce. The core idea here is something called prompt-based safety policies. Now, instead of a developer having to write a ton of complex code, these are just clear, pre-written instructions, basically in plain language. They tell a safety AI exactly what kind of harmful content to look for and how to classify it, which, as you can imagine, makes the whole process way, way simpler. Right out of the gate, the initial policies are focused on 6 key risk areas that are especially relevant to teens. We're talking about things like graphically violent or sexual content, any material that promotes harmful body ideals, those dangerous viral challenges you hear about, inappropriate role-playing scenarios, and even the promotion of age-restricted goods. This gives everyone a really crucial baseline of protection to start with. Now, to really grasp why this release is so important, we got to understand the problem it's trying to solve for developers. I mean, why was a toolkit like this so necessary in the first place? Okay, so here's the core issue. It's one thing for a company to have a high-level goal, like keep teens safe, but it's a massive challenge to translate that idea into specific functional code. And that gap between the intention and the actual implementation, it often leads to inconsistent rules and some pretty significant gaps in protection. As Robbie Torney from Common Sense Media puts it, for a long time, developers have basically been starting from scratch. These new policies provide what he calls a meaningful safety floor. And that's a great way to think about it. It's a foundational layer of safety that every developer can now build on, instead of having to invent it all by themselves. And it's important to know this toolkit wasn't created in a vacuum. Nope, it's actually part of a much larger collaborative effort to build a shared safety foundation for the entire industry. The credibility here is really boosted by the fact that this whole thing was developed with direct input from trusted external organizations. We're talking about experts from places like Common Sense Media and Everyone.ai, who brought all of their specialized knowledge on youth safety right to the project. And listen to this from Dr. Matilde Serioli at Everyone.ai. She notes that the real value here is making all that expert knowledge practical. These tools essentially translate what safety researchers already know into actual guidance for real systems, finally bridging that gap between research and reality. So, what happens next? Well, this toolkit is a really powerful starting point, but it's not the final word on teen safety, not by a long shot. This is really just one foundational piece in what's called a defense-in-depth strategy. Developers are being encouraged to use these policies as one layer of protection, but they need to combine it with other safeguards, things like smart product design, user controls, and ongoing monitoring to create a truly robust safety system. And since this is an open-source initiative, there's a clear invitation for the whole community to get involved. Developers can download the tools, they can adapt them for their own specific products, and, this is the best part, they can contribute their own improvements back to the project, making that foundation stronger for everyone. And all this really brings us to a key question, doesn't it? This release is all about a shared, collaborative model for safety, trying to move away from every company solving these problems on their own. So, you have to wonder, is this open source approach the future of building a safer AI for all of us?